Hello students. So today we are going to start a new chapter of class 7, properties of a triangle. In earlier classes also we have learned about a triangle. So here we will revise, it means quick review of a previous work which one we have done in earlier classes. So what is a triangle? Triangle triangle a triangle is a closed figure with three sides. A triangle is a closed figure with three sides. So this is a triangle. A, B, C. A, B, C are the vertices of a triangle. Vertex A, vertex B, vertex C. So this is a triangle. So there are two parts of a triangle. One is interior and other is exterior. So inside of the triangle is called interior part and this is exterior. Interior part of a triangle and exterior part of a triangle. A triangle has three sides and three angles. So these are the angles. The interior angles, it means the angles which are formed inside the triangle are called interior angles. So angle A, angle B, angle C. These are the angles and these are interior angles. So I hope you are understanding which one I am telling to you. So a triangle is a closed figure with three sides. It has two parts, one is interior and other is exterior. So a triangle has three sides and three angles. Now on the basis of the sides we will classify the triangles. It means types of the triangle on the basis of the sides. Now types of the triangle. Types of the triangle on the basis of the sides. Types of the triangle on the basis of the side. First is equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle, a triangle in which all the sides are equal. All the sides are equal is called equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. So this is equilateral triangle ABC. This side It means the measure of all the sides are equal is called equilateral triangle. Understood? A triangle in which all the sides are equal is called equilateral triangle. Second is scalar triangle. Scalar triangle. A triangle in which all the sides are different is called scalar triangle. Is called scalar triangle. Is called scalar triangle. Third is isosceles triangle. A triangle in which two sides are equal is called isosceles triangle. Yes, I am repeating again. First type is equilateral triangle. A triangle in which all the sides are equal is called equilateral triangle. It means the angles of equilateral triangle will be equal and the measure of each angle of equilateral triangle is 60 degree. So, an equilateral triangle has all the sides equal and all the angles also equal. So, measure of each angle of equilateral triangle is 60 degree. Is it clear? Yes. Now, second is scalar triangle. A triangle in which all the sides are different is called scalar triangle. And third is isosceles triangle. A triangle in which two sides are equal is called isosceles triangle. So these are the types of the triangle on the basis of the sides. Understood? Now classification of the triangle on the basis of the angles. First I told to you how many types of the triangles are on the basis of the sides. All the sides are equal, equilateral triangle. All the sides are different, scalar triangle, and all two sides are equal is called isosceles triangle. Now, types of the triangles on the basis of the angles. Types of the triangle on the basis of the angles. On the basis of the angles. First is acute angle triangle. Acute angle triangle. A triangle in which all the angles are less than 90 degree. A triangle in which less than 90 degree is called acute angle triangle. Acute angle triangle. A triangle in which all the angles are less than 90 degree is called acute angle triangle. Second is obtuse angle triangle. Obtuse angle triangle. Obtuse angle triangle. A triangle in which one or more than one angle is more than 90 degree. A triangle in which a triangle, obtuse angle triangle, a triangle in which one angle is more than 90 degree or smaller than 180. Oh, this is clear things because some of the angles of a triangle is 180 degree, so it will be smaller than the measure of if one angle is more than 90 degree, automatically the other angle will be smaller than 90 degree. Two angles can't be obtuse and it means more than 90 degree because some of the angles of a triangle is 180. So one angle is more than 90 degree, so automatically the remaining two angles will be smaller than 90. Yes or no? So a triangle in which one angle is more than 90 degree is called obtuse angle triangle. Obtuse angle triangle. This is the example. So this angle is, I think, 95 degree. The remaining two will be, it means this will, I will make 45 degree. So their measure will be 90 40. So it will be 140. So this will be 40 degree. Yes or no? Their measure will be 180 degree. So one angle more than 90 degree is called obtuse angle triangle. Is it clear? Yes. Obtuse angle triangle means a triangle in which one angle is more than 90 degree is called obtuse angle triangle. Acute angle triangle, measure of each angle must be smaller than 90 degree is called acute angle triangle. And third is right angle triangle. Right angle triangle. Right angle triangle. A triangle in which one angle is 90 degree is called right angle triangle. Right angle triangle. A triangle in which one angle is 90 degree is called right angle triangle. Is it clear? Okay. Now, main points I am explaining related to triangle. medians, medians. So what are medians in a triangle? Suppose this is a triangle A, B, C. Students, pay attention and listen properly and try to understand. Medians. So these are vertices I told to you. A, B, C are the vertices of a triangle. Vertex A, vertex B, vertex C. If from these vertices, the midpoints of the opposite sides are joined, so we can call them medians. So this is vertex and this is the opposite side and this is the midpoint. It means it will bisect this side. B, you can say BM or CM. Both are equal. It means this part is equal to this one. If I will join A to this midpoint, this is called median. This is called median. Similarly, B is the vertex. From B, if I will join the midpoint of AC, so you can say this is N. This is N. If I join the midpoint of AB to C, this C also will be median. So N you can give any name C. We have the medians are intersecting. The intersecting points of the medians is called centroid. Is called centroid. So first medians. Median is the distance. Median is a line segment. Is a line segment drawn from any vertex to opposite side and opposite side is bisected by this line segment. Opposite side is bisected. Bisected means divided into two equal parts. So opposite sides is bisected. Side is bisected by this line segment. Or you can say a distance between the midpoints of opposite side to vertex is called median. This way also you can explain the distance between opposite midpoint of the opposite side to vertex is called median. So A is the vertex, this is the opposite side, so this distance is called median. The intersecting point of the medians is called centroid. Centroid, the intersecting points of the medians is called centroid. Understood? So first I told to you medians. So what are medians? The line segments drawn from any vertex to opposite side and opposite side must be bisected is called medians, or the distance between midpoints and vertex of midpoints of opposite side to vertex is called medians. Where the medians are intersecting is called centroid. Next is altitude. altitude, this is a triangle. Just I told you about median. Now see what is the definition of altitude. So this is vertex A. From this vertex A, if I will draw perpendicular to opposite sides, perpendicular to opposite side is called altitude. Altitude, a line segment drawn from any vertex, to opposite sides, drawn from any vertex to opposite side and to opposite side, and this line segment make 90-degree angle is called altitude. This is vertex A and this is opposite sides. From opposite sides, the line segment which is making 90-degree angle is called altitude. So the measure of this angle must be 90-degree. That time you can say this is altitude. Understood? Any doubt, any confusion? Okay. So about medians, about altitude, you understood. Now, one theorem related to triangle, angle sum property. Angle sum property. Angle sum property of a triangle. So you all know about the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. You know, no? Because the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degree. You heard about this and you used also, but in this section we will prove this one. What will we prove? We will prove the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. We have to prove. So what is given? So stepwise we will prove this one. Pay attention. Prove that the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. This is the statement. What is the statement? Prove that the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So what is given? Given. Stepwise, first step is given. Given a triangle ABC. What is given? A triangle ABC. So I am making the figure of a triangle ABC. ABC. Now what we have to prove? We have to prove the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So to prove, what we have to prove? We have to prove angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. We have to prove this one. Angle A plus angle B plus angle C. If we will add all the angles, their total will be 180 degree. We have to prove this one. So for this proof, we need construction. Construction. Through A, construction always will be dotted. So P and Q, I am constructing. PQ is parallel to BC, which passes through A. Construction, draw PQ parallel BC. PQ parallel BC, which passes through A. Which passes through A. Any doubt, any confusion? So, angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4, angle 5. I am giving the names. This angle 1, this angle 2, this angle 3, this angle 4, this angle 5. What is the construction? I constructed PQ is parallel to BC. Parallel means the distance between two sides, two lines remain equal, are called parallel lines. So if two lines are there, this distance will remain always equal. It means they will never intersect. You know about parallel lines, the lines which will never intersect. The railway track is the example of parallel lines, and the edges of the river also are the example of the parallel lines. The lines which will never intersect are called parallel lines. So these are parallel. It means PQ will never intersect to BC. Now other things also, I hope in class 6 you have done. If two parallel lines are intersected by transversal line, then alternate interior angles will be equal. These are two parallel lines. This is transversal. Transversal line means a line which will intersect more than 2 points. So one point is P, other point is Q. So P and Q, this line is intersecting more than 1 point between 2 points are there. So this angle will be equal to this one. So these are called alternate interior angles. So proof. Angle 1 for this proof, I will write like BC parallel PQ. BC parallel PQ by construction. By construction, BC parallel PQ by construction, and AB intersects them. AB intersects them. Therefore, angle 1 is equal to angle 4. Intersect them. Therefore, angle 1 is equal to angle 4. You can give equation name. So this is equation 1, and reason also why you are written angle 1 is equal to angle 4. Alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angle. Alternate interior angles. Angle 1 is equal to angle 4. Two parallel lines are intersected by transversal line. So angle 1 is equal to angle 4. Similarly, no need to write all these things. Similarly, we can prove angle 5 is equal to angle 3. This also alternate interior angle. Similarly, angle 1, angle 3. Similarly, we can prove angle 3 is equal to angle 5. Same reason, alternate triangles. Up to here, any doubt, any confusion? Two parallel lines are intersected by transversal, so angle 1 is equal to angle 4, and I written angle 3 is equal to angle 5, alternate triangles. Now, you know about straight angle also. The measure of straight angle will be 180 degree. If there are 5 angles which are making straight, so the measure of all the 5 angles will be 180 degree. So this is straight angle. So if I will add angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3, the measures of all these 3 angles will be 180 degree. So now angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 180 degree. Reason you give straight angle. Straight angle. Students are confusing sometimes. If two angles are there, their measures two adjacent angles which are making 180 degree are called linear pair. But these are 3 angles, so we can't say them linear pair. This is straight angle. Okay, so because if two adjacent angles are there and they are making 180, then we can call them linear pair. So angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 180 degree. But we proved angle 1 is equal to angle 4 and angle 3 is equal to angle 5. Both are equal. So here angle 1 is given. If I will write here angle 4, no problem, because angle 1 and 4 both are equal. So and now I am replacing them. I am changing. Angle 1 is equal to angle 4, so I will write here angle 4. And angle 2 as it is. And angle 3 is equal to angle 5 because I proved above. So 5 is equal to 180 degrees. Because this symbol is for because angle 3 is equal to angle 5 and angle 1 is equal to angle 4. Proved above. Now angle 4 plus angle 2 plus angle 5 is equal to 180 degree. Angle 4 means angle B, angle 2 means angle A, so you can write angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. Hence proved. This is very important theorem. So I hope students will try to understand and do practice. Once again I am repeating. We have to prove the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So given a triangle ABC, we have to prove angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. So for this proof I need construction. I constructed PQ parallel BC which passes through A. Now two parallel lines are intersected by transversal, so angle 1 is equal to angle 4 and angle 3 is equal to angle 5, alternate triangles. Now angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3, the measure of all these 3 angles is 180 degree. So this is straight angle. So where is angle 4? 1, I have written angle 4. Where is 1? Angle 2 and 3 is equal to 5, so I have written here 5. So angle 4 plus angle 2 plus angle 5 is equal to 180. So angle 4 plus angle 2 plus 5 means angle A plus angle B plus angle C. This doesn't matter if angle 2 is written first, because in addition order doesn't matter. 4 plus 5, 9, 5 plus 4 also 9. Okay students, so try to understand and I hope you have understood. And in next videos I will explain the remaining portion of the questions related to properties of triangles. Thank you all.